Okay, this isn't really an update on this tank. This is where my female betta fish was living. Now I put in my baby guppies, the last of the fry that I have. If you watched my last video, you'll know that she got behind the heater that was here, and she got caught and stuck and she died, which was very, very sad. And most people will also know that I have a very sick male betta fish. He's been sick for a little while, and well, I was treating him in his tank. He has a 3.5. I was worried that perhaps he was hurting himself on some of his decorations, so I removed those. I removed the filter, anything that he was hiding behind, so I couldn't see him. And when I could see him more, I noticed that he was really in a sorry state. And when I removed his decorations, he just went to the bottom of the tank and lay there on his side and didn't move. And so I thought, well, this is definitely not right. His fins are shredded, but there's no sign of fin rot. So I did treat him in that tank with some general cure, but there was no sign of him getting better. So yesterday morning I decided to take him out that tank, and I put him in my 1 gallon tank, which I usually put fish that I know that might die in. I don't give up on my fish till the last minute, so I put them in this tank so that I can keep them close and have a look at them and give them any medication I think they might need. It's like my hospice tank. And so I put him in that, and I put him in the corner with some plants and everything to keep it as normal. I didn't want to make it really a hospital tank, so I put some gravel in it, I put plants in it, and I gave him some more general cure. It was easier to do it in this little tank. It's only 1 gallon, so it was easy. And last night I decided that I wasn't going to keep him in the corner where it was quiet. I wanted to keep him more where we were, so I put him next to my other 10 gallon tank, and I started to watch the TV. And then I looked over, and lo and behold, instead of a fish lying right out on his side at the bottom of the tank, he was up and swimming and looking into the tank, the next tank. And so I gave him some food, and he had a little bit of food. Anyway, this morning he was back lying on his side, so I thought, well, perhaps I was just a little bit too hopeful. But as the day's worn on, he's now up and sitting in the plants that I've done. He's already eaten. He looks a mess, but there's still no sign of fin rot. I don't know why, but I'm still giving him the general cure, just a little tiny bit. I'm going to keep him in this gallon tank until I see he can swim, and then I'm going to have to buy something that's quite low. I'm going to keep him without filtration and keeping him without an air stone that allows the medication to work, but keep putting him in a bigger and bigger container. I'm going to have more and more plants, more interesting things. Right at this moment, he's watching the cory cats swim about. But it just goes to show you can't take your eye off your fish. You know, if you think something's wrong, and I thought there might be something wrong, but I tried the almond leaves with him, and I thought he was just biting his fins. But it must have been worse than that. I think it could have been something to do with his swimming bladder. He couldn't swim, that's why he was lying on the bottom, and now he's up, he can swim. All I can do now is keep on moving him into a bigger and bigger enclosure till I think I'll have to stick him in a 5 gallon in the end, as long as he stays alive that long. Just add a few more guppies. I truly believe he was pining for company. I think that sounds stupid to people, but you know. So I'll just keep an eye on him, give him fresh water changes every other day. He's due for another lot of medication tomorrow, and then I will leave that for a while, just keep on with clean water, good food. I'm going to try to find some live food that he can chase, and that's all I can do. I know most of the people I know had told me to just kill him, that he was suffering, but you know, this proves that he really does want to have a go. I don't know what made him ill, but I'm really hoping that he will get better, and maybe then he'll end up in this tank with these guppies and quite a few little shrimp, and he could at least he's due at least another 6 months of life. He must be 2.5 now. He was quite old when we got him, so I really do want him to have at least another 6 months. So we'll do our best.